iUgo is most effective when all parts of the program are used together. By linking your planning to your weekly planner, you will be able to make the most of iUgo's time-saving features. Lesson planning in iUgo ensures you are always focused on your students' learning and outcomes. Below the unit plan template is the lesson plan template. You can choose your lesson template when you set up your plan. There are two ways to view your lessons. Viewing lessons sequentially shows lesson 1 followed by lesson 2 and so on. Subjects like PE, visual arts and science work well in this type of plan. Or you can view your lessons like this one as they look on a weekly plan. That is how they occur over Monday to Friday. This suits subjects like guided reading and maths. You can only plan for groups within the weekly view template. To link your lessons to your daily plan, click on Link Plan to Daily and Weekly Planners. By linking your planning to your weekly and daily planner, you remove the duplication typically associated with teacher planning and create planning views particularly suited to daily use in the classroom. When you click on Linking Plans, a scheduler pop-up will appear. If you have created a plan with collaborators, you can choose to add this unit to your collaborators' weekly planners or just to your own. This is a simple way of ensuring everyone has the lesson schedule at the same time. In this example, I'm going to schedule this unit on just my own weekly planner. Choose the event type your unit will appear under on your weekly planner. If the event type you want is not on the drop-down list, you have two options. If the event is one your school uses many times throughout the year, for example science or guided reading, you will want to add this event to the permanent event type list. You can do this by clicking on Event Types in the light blue menu and clicking New Event Type. If the event type is something that happens infrequently or happens only in your class, you can create a personal event type. Type in the event name and select a colour. This event will not appear on the permanent event type list. In this case, I am putting my procedural writing unit under Writing. Now I need to schedule when I'll be teaching this unit. In this case, I teach writing at the same time on Monday to Wednesday, but a different time on Thursday. To schedule the same event at a different time, just add a new series. Because I will not be teaching this unit on Fridays, I'm going to hide this day of the week on my lesson plan template. When you link your plan to your weekly and daily planner, you have the opportunity to add reminders to your weekly planner. These reminders are things you need to remember before you start teaching a specific lesson. For example, before teaching my Monday lesson, I need to photocopy a worksheet. Before I teach my Wednesday lesson, I need to remember to seat John with the teacher aide. These reminders will appear on your weekly planner and your daily planner. Beneath the weekly planner reminder is your class lesson plan template. If you want to plan for groups, you may have already selected the relevant groups and their levels at Plan Setup, and each group will now show under your class lesson plan. If you want to create lessons for another class or group, click on Add Lesson and select a class or group type. All your groups plus those of your collaborators within the chosen classes will appear. Select the group you want to plan for and the level they are at. If you have not yet saved any groups, you can do this under the Students tab. Watch our video on classes and groups to learn more. When selecting the level of the group, if you have chosen the reading substrand, you will notice that you can choose between curriculum, colour wheel, reading age or PM levels. Click Add Lesson to create a lesson for this group on your plan. The first section is Learning Outcomes. To add these for the week for your class or groups, click in the Learning Outcomes box. If you are planning for Maths or English, you will find iUgo has hundreds of preloaded learning outcomes for these learning areas. You can also add your own learning outcomes in iUgo. View our video on preloaded content to see how to do this. The next section is for your lesson plan. What do you intend doing for the lesson? On Monday, I will work with the whole class. On Tuesday, I intend to start with the whole class, then move into group work. continue to create lessons as required. The Filebox resource section is where you can link any digital resource to a lesson plan. If the resource is already in your iUgo Filebox, simply click on Add, tick the resource and select. If you have not yet uploaded resources to your Filebox, you can do this under the Filebox tab. Watch our video on the Filebox to learn more. If you are planning using the day-by-day format, there is also a Next Steps section. Simply click in the text box and type the next steps for your class or group. This is a great place to add any formative assessment notes or ideas for further learning. Once you have planned a week's work for one group, you can speed up planning for your other groups by copying one group's information to another. Select Copy, choose another group from the pop-up, change the level if you need to, and click Copy Lesson. Often groups are working on variations of the same thing, so you only need to tweak your planning to make it appropriate, rather than rewrite each lesson. You can also copy lessons from one week to another, or copy whole unit plans by clicking on the cog and selecting Copy, or by clicking the triangle in the Week tab. Clearing or deleting units and lessons can be achieved in the same way. To change the order in which your lessons appear, just click the little grey arrows. Any weekly planner reminders you create on your lesson plans can be viewed and edited on your weekly and daily planner. All of your lesson plans can be viewed on your daily planner. Many teachers choose to use the daily planner view in their classrooms, either for students to refer to or for their own information. The information you enter in your lesson plan can be edited or added to in either your lesson plan or the daily planner, and any changes you make will synchronise between the two. Your students, teachers, groups and levels within your lessons are blue to highlight that they link to a pop-up which allows you to edit these details. Clicking on the students in your lesson allows you to move your students between groups whilst planning. Student movements will take effect at the time you make the change on your lesson plans. For example, if I move students during the current week, my master groups under students in the dark blue menu will update immediately. You can remove students by unticking them or add students by searching using a student's name. To remove a teacher from a lesson, click on their name and untick them in the pop-up. This will remove the lesson from their daily planner as well. In the same way, you can add a teacher to a lesson. If you need to change the group on a lesson plan, click on the group or the level and select the group you would like to replace it with. You can also change the level in this pop-up. iUgo tracks the movement of students between levels and groups. In this example, the Tiger group was at magenta level in week 1, then moved up to red in week 3, where they remained for the rest of the unit. Your lesson history is a permanent record of who was in which group on any given week, what level they were at, and what they were taught. If you have any questions, ideas or queries about lesson planning, click on the Support tab and one of our friendly iUgo team will get back to you as soon as possible. Make the most of your lesson planning time with iUgo.